but I am here to tell the truth and tell you that I am 19 years old and I know better than to do anything with a 13-year-old minor. I didn't groom Connor, wouldn't do that. He's a kid and I'm aware of that, and it just happened. We both were in a dark place when we first became friends, and we both just ended up catching feelings for each other. And friends do that. They catch feelings for each other. That's not a bad thing. Yes, the age is a bad thing. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's not good. And we both realized that, and we stopped.
Don't cry. It's okay.
Shut it off.
She wants to say hi to her fans.
The grown woman caught making out and cuddling with a 13-year-old boy is crying and upset, which is just tragic. Again, we have my glasses with the glare. I'm sorry, I've just already been wearing them all day, and I have the little divots in my foundation now, so no, it looks bad. We just keep them down here. It's better. Before we get into the mind-numbing topic that is today's video, I do want to take a second to thank everybody for subbing, liking my videos, and I already said subscribing. We just hit 5,000 subs, and I believe last time I looked it was at 5,400, which is really exciting. So if you do see this and you are not subscribed already and you are interested in videos that discuss injustice, specifically calling out predatory behavior and the social media influencer community, then please subscribe down below. I would love to have you here. The liking and commenting has just really been helping, and I just appreciate it so much. So anyways, I'll get into that at the end of the video. So let's talk. Zoe Laverne is a 19-year-old TikTok star with 18 million followers on TikTok. Can a day go by where a TikTok star with hundreds of millions of followers doesn't come out as being disgusting? Her followers have been kind of dropping like flies due to the recent controversy surrounding her relationship with a 13-year-old boy named Connor. I would say allegations, but they are not allegations. They are factual. This is something that happened and that Zoe has now admitted to after lying about it on multiple occasions. Zoe, a TikTok social media influencer who acknowledges that her audience and her fan base is mostly comprised of minors, has admitted to being attracted and to having feelings for her 13-year-old fan. If you don't know already, before we get into this video, she has been caught on video cuddling with this boy, kissing him, dancing suggestively on him, the whole nine. It's absolutely vile, and I've really gone back and forth on whether or not I wanted to include any clips in this video for Connor's privacy, even though he's on the internet. He did make a statement in response to everything that was, public. I still just feel kind of gross about it, so it's still up in the air if I will include them. I have a lot of thoughts. A lot of personal thoughts and grievances with the situation, but I will try to keep it mostly just fact-based until the end of the video. So the screenshots that you just saw and that I will put on the screen again right now are from Zoe's former friend Amber, and they were leaked by Amber's ex-boyfriend Cody, who she was having the conversation with. They've proven to be true, and I'm sure you're dying to hear what Zoe's first response was, huh? Zoe went on to Instagram Live for her first response to everything.
I'm 19 years old and I know better than to do anything with a 13-year-old minor. My career is set on minors. I have little kids that look up to me on a daily basis. Yes, maybe in my past I've done things that is not very mature to do in front of minors and, vaped whatever in front of them. If that was the case, etc. But the fact of people saying that I one of my best friends that was a supporter of me for 3 years is unacceptable.
And it was completely full of shit, as you'll see. She says that she knows better to do anything with a minor because her platform is made up of minors, and it would be wrong of her to take advantage of that situation. She says that she has made poor choices in the past, which, the past is yesterday, I guess. She's acting like she's acting like people assuming that she took advantage of him sexually. Him being the 13-year-old fan of hers is just super outrageous. It couldn't be. How could anybody even assume that she would do something like that? The videos had not surfaced at this point of her in bed with this 13-year-old boy cuddling, kissing, I cannot emphasize that enough, very romantically, very comfortably with one another. So she didn't have a reason to completely come out about everything yet. So she lied very blatantly. She just kept denying the allegations over and over and over and just downplaying it. She made it about herself, saying how she's just a target on the internet for people to pick on whenever they choose, and she's a target. It's always something on her back that whatever. Ooh, poor Zoe with tens of millions of followers, plenty of people to manipulate with her platform and her power, her advantage of power. Poor her. Prepare your eyes. I am going to show a clip just so you can get the general idea of what she was initially denying to be romantic. I think one of the most comical parts of this shit show is when Zoe's mother goes live with her and starts to cry.
Don't cry. It's okay.
Shut it off.
She wants to say hi to her fans. Say hi to them, Zoe. Hi, guys. And don't believe everything you hear.
They both just cry. Her mom says not to believe anything you hear, which goes to show that she either didn't know what was going on, like she had no idea the footage existed, didn't know the relationship or the extent of the time that Zoe was spending with Connor, or she's just completely complicit in trying to protect her daughter despite the disgusting things that she's doing. And my question to her mother is, how would her mother feel if Zoe was her 13-year-old daughter and a 19-year-old man had her in bed with him, cuddling, kissing, being romantic, dancing suggestively? That's my question to the mom, but we won't get into that. We're just going to keep it moving along because today's video is going to be a little bit longer than my usual one. So Connor went live during this with one of his friends to explain his side, which frankly, I don't know. I feel weird adding it into the video because it feels gross watching this poor kid trying to explain a situation that he was groomed into. It feels disgusting to show this literal child trying to justify or make sense of a situation that he's far too young to understand. I'll leave a link down below if you want to check out the full video. I don't know how to explain my reasoning for this, so I'm just going to move on. To summarize it, it starts with a very obviously 13-year-old boy and his also very obviously underage friend in shock over how many people were joining the live stream to see what they had to say. His friend is getting excited over it. It's like this cool thing, and you can tell that they're just both amazed by the amount of attention that this has gotten. You know, Connor talks about missing going live, and he assures us that he's not running away from the situation and that he wants to make a video coming out about the truth of everything, and he just really emphasizes that he wants to explain to everybody what happened and that he's not running away from it. Just a few minutes in, if not under a minute in, his friend chimes in the background saying, "The part is not true. The part, that's not true." His friend really wants us to know for Connor that it's not true. But what they aren't getting, and what they probably won't get until they are over the age of 18, unless they end up like Zoe, which good God, I hope not. And I feel gross even saying this sentence out loud, but even if there wasn't any sexual contact beyond kissing, if it was just her dancing suggestively on him, cuddling, kissing, whatever, that isn't okay. And him saying that he's not running away from the situation, just, Connor, darling, sweet young boy, you can't run from it because you aren't the one running. This isn't your situation to run from because it's not your fault. You aren't the one running from anything. You have done nothing wrong. Connor has been flung into this goddamn situation because a 19-year-old woman, a grown woman, a 19-year-old woman, decided that it was a good idea to make out and cuddle with a fan, a 13-year-old fan. So after not receiving the response that she wanted, she being Zoe, from the situation, when people weren't just immediately kissing at her feet and being like, "Oh, it's okay, queen, speak your truth," she deactivated her Instagram and all social media, but not for long. Not for long. That would be too good. To make it even better, when Zoe returned to the internet, this is what she returned with. Which to me just shows that she isn't taking any of this seriously. She doesn't get it. She truly doesn't see anything wrong with her actions or with what she's done. Frankly, she acts like an entitled brat who can't do anything wrong. I'm really not sure why I'm surprised at the lack of maturity, considering one of her most reputable moments came from a video of her literally crying, real tears, because Charli D'Amelio, another TikTok star, was going to pass her in followers.
Because it's just so like pathetic that like she just comes in and like almost passes, like she's so close to passing me, and everybody's reminding me that she's gonna pass me, and I just want to prove this bitch that I am better than her, because I am Zoe Laverne and I am literally the star of TikTok, and TikTok is putting me down and boosting her up, and I'm about to go to TikTok headquarters and strangle their neck.
The point is, she's in her own head. She's in her own world, which is just so unbelievably apparent when you hear this next shit.
As you guys all know, some stuff got leaked about me and Connor, and I just wanted to come on live and tell y'all the truth and tell y'all that like a lot of people are making this out to be something that it's not and making it to be worse than it seems by calling me a groomer and everything. So I didn't groom Connor, not like, wouldn't do that to him, literally love Connor to death. I wouldn't do anything to Connor ever without consent. Connor and I both consented to kissing. That was how it went. We both liked each other, and then we realized that the ages were too different. Nothing happened between us besides kissing, and I'm saying that now, like I'm really sick of people thinking that we did other stuff besides kiss. There's a video going around of people saying that it's me and Connor, and it's like of these like two people doing something like nasty, and that's not us. All the videos that were leaked of Connor and I were us kissing. It stopped months ago. It hasn't been a thing for a while now. Connor and I don't have communication right now due to our parents both agreeing to cut our contact and give us both time to heal and from social media, because social media is very toxic to us right now, and we're both just kind of hurting. We're trying to like laugh off the situation. We were moving on from it and just like going separate ways, breaking contact just to move on from it, and then the videos got leaked and it became a bigger issue, and it became something that it wasn't supposed to be. And because social media is so toxic nowadays, and because people like to put their little noses into other people's business, it makes it worse than it needs to be. So I'm here to tell you guys right now that this all was dragged out of proportion and put into something that it was not. People have so many rumors going around saying different things, and it's none of the stuff that people are saying is true. I didn't groom Connor. I wouldn't do that. He's a kid and I'm aware of that, and it just happened. We both were in a dark place when we first like became friends, and we both just ended up catching feelings for each other, and friends do that. They catch feelings for each other. That's not a bad thing. Yes, the age is a bad thing. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's not good, and we both realized that, and we stopped.
Not only did she make a statement about how they caught feelings for one another, not only does she say that they realized it was wrong and cut it off, but it only gets worse, because when she said that, there was more backlash, and then she responded to that backlash again. I'm trying so hard to hold in my comments until the end of the video. I'm trying really hard. But when people are still trying to explain to her that she's completely missing the point, she gets even more frustrated, and she starts sharing these fan-made edits, which I use in the thumbnail, I'm pretty sure. At least I'm planning on it at this moment. She uses these fan-made edits that people are tagging her in with her crying, and like they're not even, it's like edited on mascara tears and these bullshit inspirational quotes. I also just want everybody to know that when I was doing research for this video, I kept typing Tony Lopez every single time. If you don't know who Tony Lopez is, he is another TikTok star that has 20 million followers who was grooming and sexually messaging multiple underage fans. I have a video on that, which I will put up here and link down below as well. Okay, so this case specifically just makes me so unbelievably angry because of her sheer ignorance and lack of acknowledgement over what she's done. Either she truly doesn't see anything wrong with how she's been, with how she's acting, or she's truly too immature and childish to recognize the very clear maturity gap, let alone legal gap, between herself and a 13-year-old. When, I don't know about you guys, when I look at Connor, I see a child. I see a literal child, a baby, a young boy whose voice hasn't dropped, who very much looks like a textbook 12 or 13-year-old boy. Frankly, I think she's just a disgusting, vile human being. I know that name calling and being angry is not a good way to get my point across for this video, but this just really hits it home for me. When I was barely 14, after my situation with Davi, a 19, almost 20-year-old man came into my life, and almost immediately after we met, just started kissing me, and he was one of my first physical experiences, or the most like handsy that I'd ever experienced. I always told him I didn't want to go any further, that I liked him, but I didn't want to do anything else. On multiple different occasions, multiple days, over the span of multiple weeks, after a certain amount of time of kissing and cuddling and everything that, you know, Zoe was doing with Connor in those videos, he forced himself on me in a sexual way. And it made it feel as though losing my virginity was something that he earned because of all of the patience that he had with me, a 14-year-old girl, rather than something taken from me by a 19, 20-year-old man. And I'm sorry, but Zoe is no better than a grown man who takes advantage of young women. Not at all. And there's this huge double standard and this stigma that if a woman or a girl is the predator, then the young boy was lucky, or he must have wanted it, because we just hypersexualize men and young boys and their attraction to older women, which of course it's not legal and it's not okay. And there's a difference when you are a fan of somebody when you're a teenager and you have a crush on a celebrity versus if that celebrity actually, that adult celebrity actually tried to pursue you, a teenager. And you know, allegedly they never moved on past kissing. I'm not going to make up a story or try to sway anybody's opinion on whether or not they actually did based off of my own experiences. But I just really find it hard to believe that they weren't at least teetering on the edge when you see how intimate they were being in those videos. I don't, you know, not they. I find it hard to believe that she wasn't teetering on the edge of making that the next move, if not already. Anyways, guys, I don't know who needs to hear this, but a 13-year-old cannot consent or be held responsible for their crush on an influencer or a public figure. 13-year-old boy, girl, non-binary, they cannot consent to any sexual misconduct performed and encouraged by an adult. And that's really all there is to say about that. This really goes back to the Tony Lopez situation, where I just emphasize over and over that if you are a public influencer with 18 million, 20 million, however many million followers, you have an advantage against anyone who follows you. You hold a power, a sense of a higher tier, and you are able to manipulate your way into your audience's mind, especially if they are children and you acknowledge the fact that your fan base is comprised of mostly children. There is no catching feelings for each other. There is a young, impressionable fan who has a crush on a celebrity, and then there's a predator waiting to prey on that for their own gain. Zoe, if you have to cover something up over and over until it's trapped beneath layers and layers of lies, you know you fucked up. And the only thing that you need to catch in this situation is a charge. I hope that this situation continues to blow up. I hope that your reputation gets completely fucked, because you can't seem to comprehend why you admitting live on camera that over and over that you are attracted to a 13-year-old is dangerous. You can't understand that it's wrong. You are dangerous. You are a person with predatory behavior. You're a predator. This is where my emotions start to kind of take over me, and I start to get really angry and upset because she admitted on camera that she is attracted to a 13-year-old and still doesn't see the issue. And it's really a shame when her apology looks worse than Tony Lopez's bullshit apology. That's a new low. For now, there aren't really any updates past what I've already said. It's hard not to get emotionally invested in this one because it just really disgusts me, like, to the fullest degree. I'm sorry if the lighting changed throughout this video. When I started filming, it was still a little bit light outside, but it's getting darker now because daylight savings. Really quick, voiceover Ashlee here to let you guys know that a lot of this information came about in a live stream on my channel with Repzilla and Timimi and a few viewers, and we really uncovered a lot of information. And if you don't know, I do stream a couple of times a week to interact with you guys a bit and just discuss different breaking topics and kind of get everybody's perspective and just have a good time. I just wanted to pop back in for a second to thank Repzilla and Timimi for helping so much and to let you guys know they're also covering this on their channel, so you should definitely check it out. Any updates that I get, I will let you guys know. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you have not already. Twitter is where I definitely post a little bit more about this kind of stuff. Thank you again to everybody who has subbed and liked or, you know, interacted with me in any way on here. I really super appreciate it. I really enjoy talking to you guys about this kind of stuff and just kind of seeing what you guys think. So definitely let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about this situation? And if there is anything else like this that you guys want me to cover, please let me know. You can @ me on Twitter, you can comment down below here. I think that's about all that I could take for this today though, so I am going to head off of here. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.